Your drones can't be precise enough. Colonel David Harper said it quietly, but with absolute certainty. He was watching Marcus Reynolds demonstrate his company's latest autonomous strike drone, a $50 million piece of technology that promised 99.9% target accuracy with zero civilian casualties through AI-powered facial recognition and thermal imaging. That's exactly the point, Marcus said confidently. Unlike Vietnam or Korea where pilots dropped bombs blindly, our systems identify targets down to the individual level. We eliminate collateral damage. Colonel Harper made a sound, somewhere between a laugh and a sob. Mr. Reynolds, I flew 47 napalm missions in Korea. F-80 Shooting Star, 1951, and every single mission, I was told, this is a precision strike. Enemy supply depot. Enemy troop concentration. Enemy infrastructure. Every single time, precision. And was it? Marcus asked. One time, Colonel Harper said, October 1951, I was told to destroy an enemy supply depot north of Pyongyang. Intelligence photos showed buildings, trucks, movement, clear military target. So I made my run. 500 feet. Released napalm. Perfect drop. Hit the target dead center. He paused. And then I circled back to assess damage. And I saw a school. The trucks were ox carts. The military buildings were houses. And the enemy soldiers. His voice broke. Were children. Running. On fire. Because my precision strike hit a village that looked like a depot from 15,000 feet. Colonel Harper looked at Marcus. So when you tell me your drones are 99.9% accurate, I remember that I was told the same thing. And I was wrong. And children died. And your drones, no matter how smart, will be wrong too. And more children will die. Because war doesn't have precision. It has consequences. In the corner, a young defense tech journalist, Lisa Chun, 32, autonomous weapons specialist, had frozen. She'd never heard Colonel Harper's story before. But now she was listening. So was Marcus. For the first time, his AI system's limitations were becoming real. Was the intelligence wrong? Marcus asked quietly. Yes, Harper said. But I didn't know that. I only saw the photographs. Buildings. Vehicles. And they told me enemy. So I believed. The Korean War, Harper began, eyes distant, 1950 to 1953. I was 26 years old. F-80 Shooting Star pilot. Jet combat, new technology. And napalm, new weapon. Harper looked at Lisa. Napalm is jellied gasoline. Burns at 1,500 Fahrenheit. Sticks to everything. And you can't put it out. Water doesn't work. Because napalm floats. So once you're on fire, you keep burning. Militarily, Harper continued, napalm was effective. Bunkers, fortifications, vehicles, all destroyed. But, Harper trembled. But napalm can't discriminate between military target and civilian. It just burns. Marcus leaned forward. And you used napalm? Harper nodded. 47 missions. 1951. Each one I was told was a legitimate target. Supply depots, troop concentrations, bridges, factories, all military targets. Lisa asked, what was your first napalm mission like? Harper closed his eyes, remembering. June 1951. First mission. Target. Enemy troop concentration near Pyongyang. I was excited. First combat mission. First real target. Harper opened his eyes. I flew. 500 feet. Saw the target. Buildings. Movement. And I released 2 napalm canisters. 200 pounds each. And I watched. Harper whispered, the napalm falling. Tumbling. And then, explosion. Orange flames. Massive. Covering the entire area. Buildings burning. Everything burning. Harper's voice trembled. And I circled back. To see the damage. And I saw people. Running. On fire. Clothes burning. Hair burning. And screaming. I could hear, from 500 feet up, over the engine noise, the screaming. And Harper cried. I flew away. Because my mission was complete. Target destroyed. And I returned to base. And nobody asked. Who were those people? Just, was the target hit? Yes. Target hit. Marcus approached, offered water to Harper. But as a soldier, weren't you just following orders? Harper took a deep breath. Yes, I was following orders. And the orders said legitimate target. But Harper shook his head. But reality wasn't always legitimate. Harper described the worst mission. October 17th, 1951. Mission 23. I was told, Harper said, the target was an enemy supply depot. 30 miles north of Pyongyang. Intelligence photos, large buildings, trucks, military activity. Clear target. I flew, Harper continued. F-80. 500 feet. And I saw the target. Buildings, yes. Vehicles, yes. People, yes. Everything matching the photos. Harper closed his eyes. And I released napalm. 2 canisters. Perfect drop. Dead center. And I watched. Orange flames spreading. Buildings igniting. Everything burning. And I circled back. Harper's voice broke. For damage assessment. And I saw children. Small children. Running. On fire. Clothes burning. Hair burning. Bodies burning. No one in the room was speaking. Marcus had tears in his eyes. And Harper cried, I realized. This wasn't a supply depot. This was a village. The trucks were ox carts. The military buildings were houses. The military personnel were teachers and families. Because buildings, Harper explained, from 15,000 feet, in photographs, they all look the same. A school is a building. A depot is a building. And intelligence was wrong. And I believed. Lisa asked, how many people died? Harper looked up. 47 people. The report came 2 weeks later. Red Cross. Village name, Sangwon. 47 dead. 19 were children. Ages 4 to 12. 19 children, Harper repeated. And I killed them. Because intelligence was wrong. Because I followed orders. Because I hit the target. Perfect execution. And 19 children burned alive. Harper trembled. And you know what happened? I got a medal. For exceptional combat effectiveness and precision strike capability. A commendation. Because I hit the target. Because I completed my mission. Marcus knelt, hugged Harper. You weren't guilty. The system was guilty. But, Harper shook his head. I pressed the button. I released the napalm. I killed them. The system? Yes. But the hands were mine. For 73 years, every night, I see them. 19 children. Running. On fire. And I can't escape. Lisa asked, were there other missions? Afterward. Harper thought. Yes. 24 more missions. After October 17th. 47 total. But now every mission I asked, is this really a military target? Or another village? And you know what? Harper smiled sadly. You can never know. Intelligence photos show you. Coordinates are given. And you have to trust. Harper looked at Marcus. Mr. Reynolds, your drones say 99.9% accurate. AI system. Facial recognition. Thermal imaging. Impressive. But, Harper continued, one day, that 0.1% will be wrong. And that day, a wedding party will look like a military meeting. Or a school like a depot. Or a child like an enemy fighter. And the AI, Harper's voice broke, the AI will press the button. And people will die. And the pilot, in Nevada, in an air-conditioned room, 7,000 miles away, will see a thermal bloom on a screen. Target destroyed. And move to the next target. But, Harper cried, that target was human. With a name. With a family. With dreams. And they died. Because AI was 0.1% wrong. And the pilot will never see. Never hear. Never know. Harper showed his hands. Old, trembling. I knew. I saw. I heard. And for 73 years. I remember. Every child. Every scream. And you're protecting your pilots by not showing them. But is that protection? Or just distance? The following month, Marcus announced a new program. Ethical AI Warfare Initiative. Every drone strike would require human approval. AI recommends, humans decide. And after every strike, damage assessment. If civilian casualties, accountability. Marcus gave a speech. Colonel Harper taught me 3 things, he said. First, precision can never be 100%. Human error will happen. Second, following orders doesn't eliminate guilt. Responsibility remains. Third, distance doesn't prevent trauma. It just makes it invisible. Colonel David Harper passed away 4 years later, at 86, at home. Beside an old medal, Air Medal with Valor, 1951, that he never wore. The funeral was held at the Korean War Veterans Memorial. Thousands came. Marcus too. And Korean War veterans. 8 of them, in their 80s, all proud. A new monument was erected. Colonel David Harper, 1925 to 2029, Korean War pilot 1950-1953, for 7 napalm missions. 19 children. Followed orders. Carried guilt. May we learn from his pain. Now it's your turn. This story of Colonel David Harper confronts us with one of war's most difficult questions. When does following orders become complicity? Harper was 26 years old, a trained pilot, given clear orders and intelligence photos that seemed legitimate. He pressed the button believing he was destroying an enemy supply depot. But 19 children burned alive because the intelligence was wrong. Buildings and ox carts looked like depots and trucks from 15,000 feet. When does following orders become complicity? This isn't an easy question. Harper wasn't a war criminal. He followed lawful orders based on intelligence provided by his command. But 19 children died by his hand. For 73 years, he carried their screams. The system failed. Intelligence failed. But he was the one who pressed the button. And he knew it. Every night. For 73 years. Tell us in the comments below. Where's the line between soldier and system? Between duty and morality? Between lawful order and moral responsibility? These questions matter more than ever as we build AI systems that promise precision but will inevitably fail that 0.1% of the time. And that 0.1% will be somebody's child. And if this story moved you, hit that like button to honor Colonel Harper and the 19 children of Sangwon Village. Subscribe to Echoes of Valor for more stories that challenge our assumptions about war. Share this with someone who needs to understand that precision warfare is a myth we tell ourselves. Tomorrow, we have another story about the weight of decisions made in seconds but carried for decades. One that will remind you that technology doesn't eliminate moral responsibility, it just adds distance. Until then, remember Harper's words. Precision doesn't exist in war. Only consequences. Thank you for watching. Thank you for remembering. And thank you for grappling with the questions that have no easy answers. We'll see you in the next story.